If you like movie recommendations, let me recommend to you Let There Be Life. Light, rather, sorry. Let There Be Light. It's a movie playing in the movie theaters right now. It's very well done. It's a fictional story, but it's very well done, and it's a little sad, but and I like comedies rather than sad movies. Nevertheless, there's an illustration in that movie that I'm going to share with you now, as I've just used it for a funeral service. Um, but I thought it was such a wonderful illustration. The Bible has 230 references to light. Most of them refer to either God being the light or Jesus being the light. There's 86 references in the New Testament alone. In the Old Testament, Isaiah 60 verses 19 and 20 says this: "No longer will there be any sun for light by day, nor brightness of the moon by night, but you will have the Lord as an everlasting light." And then in verse 20 it says, "Your sun will no longer set, nor will your moon wane, for you will have the Lord as an everlasting light. The days of your mourning will be over." And then in the New Testament, Jesus was the light, and John the Baptist gave uh, testimony of Jesus being the light. And he said there was a true light which was coming into the world, which would enlighten every man, which would enlighten every man. In John 8:12, it says, Jesus again spoke to them, saying, "I am the light of the world. He who follows me will not walk in darkness, but will have the light of life." And so we are reflected light. And here's what it says in Matthew 5:16. "Let your light shine before men in such a way that they may see your good works and glorify your Father who is in heaven." Now, what does that all have to do with the movie and the funeral that I did? Well, just before I was asked to do a funeral, I went and saw the movie Let There Be Light. It was about an atheist who spoke against the Bible and against the existence of God. And in the midst of a lot of facts in his life, he came to know Christ as his Savior. Meanwhile, his wife was found to be terminally ill with a brain tumor, and she was definitely going to pass out of this world and into the next. They had two teenage children, and in one scene, the two teenage children were really concerned about their mother and her fact that she was dying. And the mother sat down with those two teenage children and said, I know that you're wondering what it's going to be like when I leave this world. But in a few minutes, I'm going to be getting up from this couch and going into the next room. You won't see me, but that won't change the fact that I love you. You won't see me, but that won't change the fact that I care about you. You won't see me, but that won't change the fact that I am there in the next room. And after she had explained those things, she said, "So you understand that even when I leave this world, I'm just in the next room. I'll still love you, I'll still care about you, and you'll still know that I'm just there in the next room." What a wonderful, wonderful way to shatter the darkness. And even when someone loses a loved one, to know that they're just in the next room, especially if they have known Jesus as Savior. So, my friends, God is light. He's the everlasting light. Jesus is the light, and he is the light that will enlighten every man. And you are light. That is, if you belong to Jesus, you'll reflect his light in your works, and people will see God and Jesus working in and through your life. So let your light shine. You see, that was the message, that even after his wife was gone, now that he'd become a believer, he was to let his light shine so that people would see Jesus. I hope that today you'll be challenged to let your light shine, reflecting the light of Jesus in all that you do. It's a wonderful thing to bring light into a very dark world. That's your thought for the day. God bless you and have a great day.